This is class 9th mathematics, chapter 8, quadrilaterals. And when we say quadrilaterals, means in this chapter we shall be discussing the parallelogram, rectangle, rhombus, and square, and their properties, their definitions. So first of all, it comes properties of a parallelogram. एक parallelogram की क्या properties होती है और ये parallelogram क्या होता है देखिएगा. So first property of parallelogram is the sum of two consecutive angles of a parallelogram that is 180 degree. The second property, the pair of opposite angles of a parallelogram are equal, means opposite angles are equal. Diagonal of a parallelogram divides the parallelogram into two congruent triangles. Very, very important property and theorem. And opposite sides of a parallelogram are equal. The diagonals of a parallelogram bisect each other. These are the properties, and now we have to verify the first property. And the first property says that prove that the sum of the consecutive angles of a parallelogram, that is 180 degree. Prove that the sum of two consecutive angles of a parallelogram is 180 degree. एक जो पैरेललोग्राम है उसमें जो कंसेक्यूटिव एंगल्स हैं, दो पास वाले एंगल्स हैं, उनका सम हमेशा ही 180 डिग्री होता है, एंड वी हैव टू प्रूव इट. So first of all, we have to draw a diagram, means a parallelogram. So this is parallelogram ABCD. किसी भी प्रॉपर्टीज को ज्योमेट्री में प्रूव करने के लिए हमारे पास पहले फिगर होना चाहिए, फिर हमें व्हाट इज गिवन, देन टू प्रूव कंस्ट्रक्शन इफ रिक्वायर्ड एंड प्रूफ. ये स्टेप्स होते हैं. तो देखिए इसमें व्हाट इज गिवन a parallelogram ABCD. So first of all, we have to go through the definition of a parallelogram. एक parallelogram होता क्या है? A parallelogram is a quadrilateral in which both pairs of opposite sides are parallel. Means देखिए AB and DC is parallel and this AD is parallel to BC. Means both pairs of opposite sides are parallel is a parallelogram, and this is definition of a parallelogram. So since the definition is this, so we can also write that AB is parallel to DC and AD is parallel to BC. ये गिवन है क्योंकि ये पैरेललोग्राम है. हमें ये प्रूव करना है एंगल ए प्लस बी देयर सम इज 180 डिग्री, बी प्लस सी ये भी कंसेक्यूटिव इंटीरियर एंगल्स हैं, सो दैट इज आल्सो 180 डिग्री, सी प्लस डी 180 डिग्री, डी प्लस ए 180 डिग्री. सो by definition we know that a quadrilateral in which both opposite sides are parallel is a parallelogram. हमेशा keep in mind, दिमाग में रखिएगा, ये पैरेललोग्राम की डेफिनेशन होती है. टू प्रूव एंगल ए प्लस एंगल बी 180 डिग्री, बी प्लस सी एंगल देयर सम इज आल्सो 180 डिग्री, एंगल सी प्लस डी दैट इज आल्सो 180 डिग्री, एंड एंगल बी प्लस ए दैट इज 180 डिग्री. Right? How to prove? Then proof. Since AB is parallel to DC, देखिए ये और ये parallel है, because by definition opposite sides of a parallelogram are parallel, and this is transversal. AD is transversal, so angle D plus angle A, their sum will be 180 degree. The reason is these are co-interior angles. Similarly, we can prove that angle D plus angle A 180 degree, A plus B also 180 degree, B plus C is also 180 degree, and C plus D is also 180 degree. And hence proved. यही हमें प्रूव करना था. किसी भी पैरेललोग्राम में जो पास वाले दो एंगल्स होते हैं इनको कंसेक्यूटिव इंटीरियर एंगल्स बोलते हैं, इनका सम 180 डिग्री होता है, एंड दिस इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट प्रॉपर्टी. So that's all for this first part. The second property is prove that pair of opposite angles of a parallelogram are equal. किसी भी parallelogram में opposite angles equal होते हैं. Say how to do. पहले हम एक पैलोग्राम बनाएंगे. ये एक पैलोग्राम है, नेमिंग करेंगे ए बी सी डी. ये ABCD पैलोग्राम है. Then given a parallelogram ABCD is given, and by definition both pairs of opposite sides are parallel, so we can also write AB is parallel to DC and AD is parallel to BC in the given figure, because it is given that it is a parallelogram. प्रूव ये करना है कि इनके अपोजिट एंगल्स इक्वल होते हैं. अपोजिट एंगल देखिए फिगर में. एंगल A is equal to angle C. These are opposite angles. Similarly, angle B and D, these are also opposite angles, so they should also be equal. ये हमें प्रूव करना है. And how to prove? Say, in parallelogram ABCD, angle A plus angle B is equal to 180 degree. हमने अभी थोड़ी देर इसे फर्स्ट पार्ट में प्रूव किया था कि the sum of consecutive the two consecutive interior angles is 180 degree. So you can say angle A plus B co-interior angle sum is 180 degree, B plus C is also 180 degree, C plus D also 180 degree, and angle A plus angle D, their sum is also 180 degree. Similarly, angle B plus C is also 180 degree. इन दोनों को इक्वेट कर दीजिए. देखिए, this is 180 degree, this is also 180 degree. So angle A plus B, we can write that is equal to angle B plus C. So angle 1 from first and second, angle A plus B, we can write is equal to angle B plus C. But angle B, both sides is there, so you can cancel out angle B and B, you can cancel out. So what is left? Angle A is equal to angle C. So angle A is equal to angle C. First part is proved. Similarly, you can write angle B is equal to angle D. And hence proved. That's all for the second part, in which we are proving that pair of opposite angles of a parallelogram are equal. The student, keep in mind the definition here is very, very important. A very important property, very important theorem of a parallelogram is that a diagonal of a parallelogram divides the parallelogram into two congruent triangles. एक diagonal parallelogram का उस parallelogram को two congruent triangles में divide करता है. We have to prove it. पहले इसके लिए फिगर बनाना पड़ेगा. So see, we drew a parallelogram first. ये एक हमने parallelogram बनाया. एक इसका diagonal बनाते हैं. ये एक डायगोनल है. इनका नोमेनक्लेचर कर देते हैं. एंगल्स नंबर, वी कैन गिव द नंबर्स टू द एंगल्स. सो एंगल 3, 4, 1 and 2. एंड ABCD पैरेललोग्राम को लिखेंगे. वी हैव टू राइट ABCD. सो दिस इज A, दिस इज B, this is C, and this is T. After drawing the parallelogram, we write what is given. So here given AC is diagonal of the parallelogram ABCD as shown in the figure. What we have to prove? We have to prove this diagonal AC divides the parallelogram ABCD in two congruent triangles. Means we have to prove that this triangle is congruent to this triangle. To prove triangle ABC is congruent to triangle CDA. See how to prove. In triangle ABC and CDA, this is triangle ABC. And this is triangle CDA. We have AB is parallel to CD by definition that opposite sides of a parallelogram are parallel. That is why it is already given that AB is parallel to DC because it is given it is a parallelogram. So, see in the figure, angle 1 is equal to angle 3. This angle number 1 is equal to angle number 3. These are uh, alternate interior angles. So, we can write the reason here, right hand side. Alternate angles because the transversal is AC. Similarly, angle 2 is equal to angle 4. This angle number 2 is equal to angle number 4 because this DA is parallel to CB. These are also opposite sides of the parallelogram ABCD. The same reason. And AC is common. This is common. Angle 1 is equal to angle 3. Angle 2 is equal to angle 4 and side AC is common. That is why we can say that triangle ABC is congruent to triangle CDA by angle side angle congruence rule. That's all. यही तो prove करना है. We have to write in the proper order because angle 1 is equal to angle 3. So we have to start here ABC, then congruent to triangle CDA. Corresponding parts according, we write triangle ABC is congruent to triangle CDA, and this is proved. Very, very important theorem and very simple. And the theorem is a diagonal of a parallelogram divides the parallelogram into two congruent triangles. That's all for the theorem. Next property of a parallelogram is opposite sides of a parallelogram are equal. पैरेललोग्राम में अपोजिट साइड्स इक्वल होती है और ये हमें प्रूव करना है. पहले हम एक पैरेललोग्राम बनाएंगे. वी हैव टू कंस्ट्रक्ट अ पैरेललोग्राम फर्स्ट. नेमिंग करेंगे. ये पैरेललोग्राम एबीसीडी है. इसमें एक कंस्ट्रक्शन रिक्वायर्ड है. हम डायगोनल को ज्वाइन करेंगे. ये हमने डायगोनल बनाया और इसमें ये नंबरिंग कर देंगे एंगल्स का ऐसे. अब हम स्टार्ट करेंगे व्हाट इज गिवन. गिवन में तो पैरेललोग्राम गिवन. सो गिवन AC is diagonal of the parallelogram ABCD as shown in the figure, and we have to prove that AC is equal to CD and AD is equal to BC. Parallelogram में opposite sides equal होती है. We already have proved that a diagonal of a parallelogram divide the parallelogram into two congruent triangles. वापस हम prove करेंगे. In triangle ABC and triangle CDA, we have AB is equal to CD because that is this definition of a parallelogram. Opposite sides of a parallelogram are parallel. So, angle 1 is equal to angle number 3. These are alternate angles. Similarly, angle 2 is equal to angle 4. That is also alternate angles. So, and AC is equal to AC. The sides are this is common side. So by ASA rule, triangle ABC is congruent to triangle CDA. That is by ASA. ये हम पहले प्रूव कर चुके हैं कि किसी भी पैरेललोग्राम का डायगोनल उस पैरेललोग्राम को टू कॉन्ग्रुएंट ट्राइंगल्स में डिवाइड करता है. A diagonal of a parallelogram divide the parallelogram into two congruent triangles. अब यहां से we have to apply CPCT. Corresponding parts of congruent triangles are equal. So we can say that AB is equal to CD and AD is equal to BC. यही तो प्रूव करना है. देखिए, AC is equal to CD. Sorry, I have to change it. AB is equal to CD and AD is equal to BC. This is proved by CPCT. यही प्रूव करना है कि किसी भी पैरेललोग्राम में उसकी अपोजिट साइड्स इक्वल होती है. That's all for this theorem or this property that opposite sides of a parallelogram are equal. Next property is prove that the diagonals of a parallelogram bisect each other. Parallelogram में जो diagonals होते हैं वो आपस में bisect करते हैं. Bisect means divides into two equal parts. पहले हम एक डायग्राम कंस्ट्रक्ट करेंगे, डायग्राम बनाएंगे, फिगर बनाएंगे टू अंडरस्टैंड दिस क्वेश्चन. ये पैरेललोग्राम है. इसके ये जो डायगोनल्स बनाएंगे. नाउ वी हैव टू कंस्ट्रक्ट डायगोनल्स. This is other diagonal. The two diagonals are intersecting at E. Numbering of angles A, B, C, D. Yes. See, A, B, C, D is a parallelogram. A, B, C, D is a parallelogram. Number one, it is given. Diagonal AC and diagonal BD both are intersecting at this point E. We have to prove that these two diagonals bisect each other. What do we mean by bisect each other? Means E is the midpoint of diagonal BD. E is the midpoint of diagonal AC. ये हमें प्रूव करना है कि E है ये diagonal AC का और diagonal BD का midpoint है. Means given ABCD is a parallelogram, diagonals AC and BD intersect at E. Then to prove AE is equal to CE and BE is equal to DE means E is the midpoint of diagonal AC as well as diagonal BD. How to prove? We are taking two triangles, triangle ABE. See here, ABE, this triangle and this triangle, triangle CDE. You will see here, are these two triangles congruent? See how? AB is equal to CD because we know opposite sides of a parallelogram are equal. Write the region. Angle 1 is equal to angle 3. These are alternate angles. Angle 2 is equal to angle number 4. Also alternate angles. So by A as a property, A as a congruence rule, the two triangles are congruent. That is why we can say triangle ABE is congruent to triangle CDE by A as a congruence rule. And by CPCT, AE is equal to CE and BE is equal to DE और यही हमें प्रूव करना है. Hence proved. That's all. for this property. The diagonals of the parallelogram bisect each other.